Alright guys, well I'm back today with a game changer in the optics world. A first focal plane 1:8 LPVO from Arken Optics, the EP-8. This one features a ton of nice options, including a reticle that's both effective at the 1 power setting and 8 power setting, and being that it's a first focal plane reticle system, that's generally very difficult, but this one nails it. Not only that, it's actually daytime bright at both the 1 and 8 power settings, utilizes Japanese glass, and comes in sub $500. In fact, it's actually $399 MSRP, so well below that price point. And the reason why I throw that out is there's nothing that I've seen that competes with this sub $500. And on top of that, for the release of this video, they've created the code 704 to save you right at about 25% off, matching the other discount codes they have on the market right now, making this right at about $299, which is an insane deal. Arken also has a ton of different options when it comes to mounting, so you can add that to your cart, bundle, and save different ways. So definitely check that out in the description below if you're interested at the end of the video. Now there will be a link, the discount code, and all the info to grab this optic and the mounts, and if you utilize some of those links in the description below, they are affiliate links, so it helps out the channel at no extra cost to you, just brings you right to the sale, and that discount saves you a ton of money. Now before we get into it, I'm going to give a huge shout out to Nautilus Ammunition for sponsoring the ammo to help make this video. I also have a discount code with these guys, 704 Tactical, to save you some money. Definitely check them out, but let's get back into this LPVO. Right off the bat, when you pull it out of the box, you'll notice the fit and finish is spectacular, and that's something I want to mention about Arken Optics across the board. Their fit and finish and build quality is competing with $1,000 optics hands down, no matter what the price level's at. It's not that they're skimping out on anything when it comes to fit and finish, so it just again blows me away at the price. Now this one actually features cap turrets, but when you remove those top caps, the audible and tactile turrets are just insane, and they really match the performance of some of their other models that have exposed turrets, so very audible and tactile clicks. Everything's sighted in perfectly with no issues whatsoever, and it tracks really well. And on the other side, it's got the illumination knob, which we'll talk about in the reticle portion of this review. But just know it's illuminated with daytime bright illumination and night vision settings, so a very nice touch on the side. Now this one is a 30mm tube, which gives you a ton of room for adjustment up, down, left, and right. And while we're discussing the tube, I want to discuss light transmission. This thing pulls in a ton of light, brings it right to your eye, and you can easily make out things at a distance, as well as just take some shots in low light scenarios for different hunting applications and twilight shooting applications. Inside the box itself, it actually gives you a detachable throw lever that you can unthread, and the throw lever itself is actually built in, so it's more of a two-part design, whether you wanted to run just the shark fin or actually thread in the lever itself. Now the zoom knob is reasonably stiff, but actually incredibly smooth. It's hard to explain. You're not going to accidentally bump it and move it over, but when you go to throw the lever, it's easy to make one swipe. So if you are looking at something, maybe tracking a coyote or something across a field with a wide field of view, then you want to zoom in quickly and take your shot. It does an amazing job. And the diopter on the back, it's everything dialed in for the proper eye, whether you're wearing glasses, no glasses, or whether you're shooting up close or far away. Now, the diopter itself is very smooth, but it is rather stiff, which I love. I hate diopters that as you shoot kind of shift and move. This one does not do that. Now let's talk about the performance of this optic down at the range and a little bit more about the reticle, because that's what makes this stand out. Again, this one actually has Japanese glass, which blows me away again at the price. We are talking about a $300 optic after all of my discount codes, and to include Japanese glass, that's really blown me out of the water. Now the field of view is also very critical, and at the 1x setting, you're going to get 121 feet, which is 22 degrees. Also, the turret adjustments are about a 1/4 inch MOA, and the elevation adjustment range is actually 110 MOA, making sure that you get all of the adjustments you need to take shots at a distance, and that corresponds with the glass, allowing you to actually make out what you're shooting at at those distances. So it's absolutely perfect. The other cool thing about this, it is a first focal plane optic, meaning as you zoom in and out, the reticle gets larger and smaller, allowing you to use bullet drop compensation and ranging tools built into the reticle at every single zoom level. The other cool thing about the reticle system, when you are looking at it, it's got a large outer ring and then a center BDC optic system, allowing you to calculate bullet drop compensation and range effectively at distance. I wanted to show you guys the side of the box and the reticle system, but the view is actually better in the intro as well as on their website. But what you get is a large center ring that allows you to take CQB shots up close at the 1x setting and actually see the reticle. Generally, first focal plane optics make it really difficult to see at the 1 power setting because it gets so small. But this one utilizes the same effects as some of the Steiners and EOTechs, which are over $1,000. Again, really making this great for that $300 price point. But as you zoom in, you get a Christmas tree style reticle system with really nice leader lines, allowing you to range targets effectively at different distances and utilize the windage and walking holds. And I encourage you to head over to their website and analyze that. But it's one of the nicest reticles I've seen in a very long time. It seamlessly incorporates the ranging system with a sort of reverse L, upside down L shape to measure the torso and height of the torso, allowing you to see the distance of somebody. And then it also gives you the bullet drop compensation in conjunction with that, so you can take your shots accordingly without moving the reticle away from the intended target. Also, again, that illumination is daytime bright, whether it's at the 1x setting or the 8x setting, which is also very unheard of for first focal plane optics, especially ones that are sub $1,000. Again, this has so many nice features. It is a game changer in the industry. One thing that I was concerned with would be the Eyebox and eye relief, and you have to start sacrificing somewhere, but this one nails it. It's a true 1x at the 1x with no fisheye effect. Same at the 8x. The Eyebox and eye relief is very forgiving. It's not the best I've ever seen, but it's darn good for what you're getting. On par with $700-800 optics. Again, just blowing me away at every single category. In summary, the reticle is nice. It's effective at every single zoom level, and they've done an amazing job effectively incorporating ranging and bullet drop compensation. They also do a good job of making it visible in every lighting scenario you can possibly think of, as well as visible at every single zoom level and effective. The etched, or the glass itself on this reticle, is also incredibly nice, being the Japanese glass, and the build quality is spectacular. Hands down, this should be a $600 or $700 scope in my opinion, so if you find it for the MSRP of $400, it's worth it all day long, especially at the discounted price of $299 after all of my codes. Now, the caveat to this is right now there's a 6-week lead time. I would jump on that. It's worth it. Grab it before the lead time goes up, because once the word gets out about the new EP-8 from Arken Optics, it's going to sell out fast. This has become my go-to LPVO for a wide variety of builds, and I'm probably going to be buying more. I do want to give a huge shout out to Arken Optics for actually sending this one out to the channel for test and evaluation. I waited for it for a minute, and I'm glad I did, because this thing is absolutely spectacular down at the range, and I've fallen in love with it. Again, all of the information, linking, and discounts will be in the description below. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.